Alright guys, so I have these Can-Am doors on my X3. I don't know what they are besides just the metal doors you can buy. You can get them for the 2-seater, 4-seater X3s. They have the handles on the outside and the inside. Gets rid of the pull rope. Really nice doors. Pretty, they are competitive on price, and I'll give them that too when I bought mine. I bought mine with my machine, so that may have helped. But I just noticed yesterday when I was washing off, this seal and stuff is hitting on the bottom when it's latched. While I had to pull up on my door a little bit to get with that top hinge to get it pivot up so it fit right in there. But the problem now is it's pushing down when I close the door so that it makes that seal rub. So I'm going to try and see what the deal is on that. I know on the latch side here, or striker side I should say, it is welded straight to the frame, which I've never seen. Usually they're adjustable. So there's that. So to get started, I'm going to take out this screw and this plastic panel that covers the latch assembly and all your handle work. So I'm going to jerk them two off and we'll see what we got from there. Alright, so I got my cover off now. Like I said, I was going to take them out. It's just them two bolts, like I said. I also went ahead and loosened this up with I use just a Milwaukee 1/4-inch drive that has a swivel socket with a T30 on it to get back in here to these because they're behind that little latch assembly. So I tried to adjust this out and tighten them back up, but it don't have enough adjustment to do what I need to do. So my next agenda will be to try and get something to knock this up. The other side ain't touching the plastic right here, and it looks like that one is, yeah, it is front and back. So I don't know if that's something I've done or something that's happened before then. So I'm going to take a piece of wood. I've got a 2x4 here, and I'll sort of just stick it up here, then take a hammer and try not to beat my plastics to death and knock it up some to get my adjustment back. So I'm going to see if I can do that right quick and gain anything. Alright, so I told you my plan before of how to try and get that up. That did not work for me. So, which I may have not used a big enough hammer. I just used a ball peen hammer, like so. So, I ended up ditching the wood and just hitting up on the bottom of this. Bending it up enough to get that. See how smooth it is and how much better it fits now. So, no big deal. Small fix. A little bit of a headache if it happens on the trail that you got to adjust it, because, you know, you'd have to use hand tools to come in the kit, I'd assume, unless you carry your own stuff. These are the bolts for the upper hinge, and you can also remove the door if you take these out, and the door will just slide up once you remove the straps. The keeper straps is riveted on. So mine are a little bit loose because I can pull up my door and they'll, you know, the hinge will move back and forth. So I didn't have to crack them loose. So I'm going to tighten them up. I'm going to put my other cover back on there and see if I still have the same closing. You know, it still works good and stuff. Alright, so I screwed up when I put that cover and stuff back on and adjusted this. I had unknowingly tilted it to the top out, which in turn, this part here would be turned, this leaf would be turned down, but your actual hole would still be sort of above it, I would say. So when it comes in to strike the striker, it was pulling down on the door and then pulling in, but it's still closing. But I still didn't like that, so I took my stuff back off, loosened these two bolts up again, the T30s, and I twisted it back that way, helped close it, and let's see what it does. No, it don't work at all, which is expected because that was such a big difference. But let me see what else it takes here to get this done. Alright guys, so I got that fixed. I ended up having to knock my striker back up a little bit more, but other than that, it worked perfect. Solid. Probably a 10-minute job at most. I would say for anybody that does a little bit of engine, you know, unit definitely needs wiped down, that's for sure. She's rough, but that's a sign of a good time, I guess. So, but other than that, these doors are amazing doors to me. Just for a factory out of the gate door, you know, that's the first adjustment I've done to them since I put them on. But, so they're holding pretty good, and who's to say that wasn't my fault somehow? Like I said, the hinge in the top was loose. And so if it's loose, it's probably I've been smacking on that door or something, and it might have bent that down. But thank you guys.